Have you ever questioned your sanity? Have you ever felt like you were losing your grip on reality? Like someone was pulling the strings of your perception, leaving you unsure of what was real and what was a product of your own imagination? This, my friends, is the terrifying reality of gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of manipulation that makes you doubt your own thoughts, memories, and experiences. It's a slow burn of psychological torture, twisting your perception until you're left feeling isolated and afraid. And the scariest part, it's not just a plot device in our favorite horror films. Gaslighting happens in the real world, often at the hands of someone we trust. It can be a romantic partner, a family member, or even a friend who subtly undermines your reality, making you question your own sanity. But there's a reason this insidious tactic is so effectively employed in the horror genre. It taps into our deepest fears. The fear of losing our minds, of being alone in our experiences, of not being believed. So buckle up, horror fans, as we delve into the dark world of gaslighting and explore how it's used to terrify us on and off the screen. Horror, at its core, aims to unsettle us, to tap into our primal fears and exploit them. What better way to do that than to make us question the very fabric of reality itself? Gaslighting is a tool expertly wielded by horror filmmakers to create a pervasive sense of unease and dread. Think about your favorite horror movies. How many times has a character seen or heard something terrifying, only to be dismissed as imagining things by those around them? This is gaslighting at its finest, slowly chipping away at the protagonist's sanity and leaving the audience wondering who they can trust. Gaslighting is particularly effective in the horror genre because it plays on our vulnerability. When we watch a horror movie, we willingly suspend our disbelief and allow ourselves to be drawn into a world where anything is possible. But gaslighting adds another layer of terror by making us question our own perceptions even after the credits roll. It's a lingering sense of unease that stays with us, a nagging doubt that maybe, just maybe, we're not as sane as we think we are. This psychological torment is the hallmark of a truly effective horror film, and gaslighting is the key that unlocks it. The term gaslighting itself is rooted in a play and subsequent film adaptation from 1938 called Gaslight. In the story, a husband manipulates his wife into believing she's going insane by dimming the gas lights in their home and then denying that anything has changed. This insidious form of abuse gives the tactic its name and perfectly illustrates its insidious nature. In real life, gaslighting can take many forms. It can be as blatant as denying something you know to be true, or as subtle as planting seeds of doubt about your memories or perceptions. The gaslighter might tell you that you're overreacting, being too sensitive, or imagining things when you try to confront them about their behavior. They might even isolate you from friends and family, further eroding your sense of self and making you more reliant on them. The purpose of gaslighting is always the same: to gain power and control over another person by undermining their sense of reality. In horror films, gaslighting takes on a heightened, often supernatural quality. The gaslighter may be a ghost, a demon, or even a seemingly ordinary person with sinister intentions. But the effect is the same: to make the protagonist, and by extension, the audience, question what is real and what is not. Section 4, Mind Games and Manipulation, How Gaslighting Works. Gaslighting is a gradual process, often starting with seemingly small, insignificant acts that chip away at the victim's confidence. It's a slow burn of manipulation designed to make the victim doubt their own sanity. The gaslighter might deny reality, contradict the victim's memories, or trivialize their feelings and experiences. They might even use positive reinforcement, offering affection and support 1 minute, only to turn around and undermine the victim's confidence the next. This unpredictable behavior keeps the victim off balance, making them crave the gaslighter's approval and validation. As the gaslighting continues, the victim becomes increasingly isolated and dependent on the abuser. They may start to doubt their own perceptions, wondering if they are indeed overreacting or imagining things. This self-doubt can have a devastating impact on the victim's self-esteem and mental health, leading to anxiety, depression, and even post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. In horror movies, this process is often accelerated, with the protagonist experiencing increasingly terrifying and bizarre events that are dismissed or explained away by the gaslighter. This creates a sense of mounting dread and paranoia, both for the character and the audience, as the line between reality and delusion becomes increasingly blurred. Section 5. Fear in the Shadows. Gaslighting's psychological impact. Why is gaslighting so effective in horror? Because it taps into our deepest fears and insecurities. At our core, we all crave a sense of security and stability. We want to believe that our perceptions are accurate, that our memories are reliable, and that our understanding of the world is sound. Gaslighting throws all of that into question. It makes us doubt ourselves, our experiences, and even our own sanity. This psychological manipulation can be incredibly unsettling, both on and off the screen. Imagine for a moment that you're watching a horror movie, and the protagonist starts to experience strange and disturbing events. At first, you might brush it off as just a figment of their imagination. But as the events become more frequent and intense, you start to question what's real. The protagonist's fear becomes your fear. Their doubt becomes your doubt. And as the gaslighting intensifies, you're left feeling just as disoriented and terrified as the character on screen. This is the power of gaslighting in horror. It doesn't just scare us, it gets under our skin, making us question our own perceptions long after the movie is over.